Good morning, Mr. Kenneth. Thank you again for your time. Thank you for joining this interview with us. And to formally introduce you to our audience, to let them know who you are, kindly introduce yourself about your education. What are you doing right now? And please share us some other more relevant information that you might want us to know about you.
I'm Kenneth Probadora, and currently I'm an employee at Home Credit Philippines, and my role there is associate Java developer. So my primary responsibility there is to develop the mobile app of the Home Credit based on the needs or the suggestions of the stakeholders
Mhm.
of the business side. Then I graduated as BS Computer Science with specialization on data science at University of Santo Tomas. And I think that's all for my introduction.
Could you please tell us more about what is Home Credit about? What does this company do? What is it all about?
Home Credit mostly is known for loan, their loans. For example, device or any appliances, they will offer some loans to so that you can be able to buy that. And aside from that, I think they also offer cash loans for their existing customer with ongoing or history of loans from them. Cash loans. Aside from cash loan, they also offer 15 credit card for their product. And I think in the mobile app, there's a lot of features right now. Like you can you can loan product from your house by just selecting products there that were available in the marketplace. I think right now they're expanding also on the web where you will have it's like a marketplace of devices where you can select products, then process your loan at home. Then you can just only go to the stores by, I think, scanning their QR code. So basically, it just simplifies the loan journey of the client or user. And my role there, currently, I'm still in training since I just transitioned to a new team. But on my previous team, my responsibility there is the front face of the mobile app, for example, the login, registration page, and the dashboard of the application. So our responsibility is to maintain and develop it. And also sometimes during weekend, we also support the mobile app. For example, if it encounters some issues, like for example, the response time is too slow for the user. So we will try to fix that and so that the customer experience will be good. I think that's all mine.
Thank you for sharing that. Could you please walk me through the application process? How did you know about the job offering in Home Credit? What was the application like when you applied to Home Credit?
For my application at Home Credit, I think I just applied to their job posting at I forgot what job what job site it is. Siguro sa LinkedIn na nag-apply
Mm,
ako. Since during that time, I'm just applying to any company that I saw or any job posting that I saw. Tapos, after applying, one of their HR contacted me for for an interview. So, for an on-site interview, compared to other companies, I think their processing is fast since after that on-site interview, I just waited for the results of my application. I think I already got it the day after the on-site interview. Then that's it. I think that's the overall application process that I undergo in the Fred.
All right. What about the hardest part of the application? What do you think was the hardest or the most trickiest part of that application? Perhaps in the interview, could you share some questions that you find was the trickiest or hardest during the interview?
I think yes, the hardest part is the interview since during the on-site interview, first you will undergo an examination. I think that's for 1 hour. It's a pen and paper examination where you will answer some questions, or you will also task to code on paper. So I think it's hard, especially if you're not prepared. Then after that written examination, there's two panels of interviewers that will ask you questions. Will ask you about the details, about the fundamentals of the role that they're applying for. For example, for me, Java. So they asked me about Java, the fundamentals of it, frameworks in Java like Spring and Spring Boot. I think that's all.
Let's go now to another question that tackles about your expectation with your role and what was the reality about it.
Expectation about my role is that I will just purely code or develop some features for them. But in reality, I experience more than that. Aside from development, you will also handle support tasks where you will support their application whenever it have some downtimes or some problems or issues. And aside from that, I think that also interacting with your teammates or working together as a team is also an important part of that since my expectation during before I started is that I will just, code alone without interacting with my other teammates. But in reality, you will interact a lot with other people, with their QAs, FEs, Scrum Master, and Product Owner. I think that's my expectation now that I experience it.
I kind of see it or find it funny that you mentioned for your home credit expectation that you were expecting to work all alone and not having conversation with your co-workers, which is really not possible to happen because communicating or socializing is an important aspect of every aspect in our life. And with that, I would just like to ask, how was the situation with your coworkers? How was your relationship with them, especially with your bosses? And how do these people help you learn along the way in your job?
In my work, I have a good relationship with my teammates right now. Uh, since we have a good, I have a good interaction with them during work hours. And regarding with my bosses, I think that they're approachable. They're just one message away. They're not intimidating. They're accommodating to you, even that you're just a new hire. For example, I they guide me through my career right now by providing examples, some trainings before I will be deployed to a team, some knowledge transfers to know more about the product that you're handling. And I think that overall, they're a good mentor since they guide me along the way. For example, when I encounter some blockers on my task, they're just one message away, so they can help me to resolve that gap.
And what is the thing or learning that you find the coolest in your job?
I think the coolest thing that I'm learning right now is learning the cloud technology since I think it's fairly new right now and more companies are adapting it to the cloud. So I'm fascinated by how these technologies work, how just having an internet can allow you to connect to the computers provided by the cloud providers, like for example, Microsoft Azure. I think that playing with it and learning it is is fun and I find it fascinating since I'm new to this technology as a fresh grad.
What is your work environment like, and how did you maintain a work-life balance? I'm assuming in Home Credit you're doing full face-to-face setup or perhaps hybrid.
So in home credit, our setup is mainly hybrid. So
Mm.
right now we're one times a week RTO in their office. So the work environment there is good. The environment is conducive for learning since you can ask even the leads whenever you have questions about some things or concerns. And overall, based on my experience there, the team is approachable, although that I think on my previous team, I only lasted about 3 months. I have good experience with them, with their team members. Think their environment is also pretty chill as long as you perform the assigned tasks that were given to you. I think that's all for the weekend.
And what about your day? What was your typical day looks like when you have a work? Can you please share more about that in Home Credit? How does your day usually starts and how do you end it?
Usually, I started my day by, you know, eating some breakfast before I go or open my laptop for work. Then after breakfast, what I did is first I usually check some messages, emails to look if I left something out from the previous day. If I haven't read something, announcement or some task related messages. Then after that, I usually perform my task in about an hour. Then when it's our daily stand up, so daily stand up is where you usually report your what you did yesterday and your what you will do today. So it's like just a progress report. I think it's only lasts, for example, 15 to 30 minutes, depending on the size of the team or whether they are concerned or not. And after the daily stand up, usually, uh, usually I continue my task there. And if there are any meetings that were set during that time, I usually attend it, whether it's Scrum events or training meet. Then after that, I just continue the rest of my task. Then at the end of my shift, usually I also practice. For example, our out is 6 p.m. I will also out during that time. And after work, I usually relax, do some relaxation like playing games or even just walking for 10 minutes to relax.
Let's move to quite a bit fast track questions. Let's talk about your salary and career progression. Your salary, or you could share just the range. You don't have to say the exact amount, but if you're comfortable sharing the exact amount, you can do that also. So, how much are you compensated with your work right now in Home Credit?
Right now, I think I'm not allowed to share the salary, but I would rated it. I would say it's above average compared to the market standard. And I would say that my my unpaid internship in EduSuite bear fruit to the salaries that I'm receiving right now. So I think the experiences in EduSuite is, I think it's worth it, although it's not paid. Then in terms of benefits, I think the standard benefits like HMO, life insurance, and for their leaves, I think it's 30 leaves per year. So I think it's a lot since you can use it whether for sick leave or vacation leave, those 30 leaves. And they, they also encourage to use it since those leaves were not convertible to cash. So you must use all your leave throughout the year. And I think the flexible work setup, the hybrid setup, uh, what more benefit? I think that's all for the salary and benefit in home care.
And what about your career progression? What do you think would be the next level for you if you ever, of course, I'm sure that you're going to be promoted anytime soon. And from associate Java developer, am I right?
Yes,
Is that your position right now? Associate Java developer, which I think would be the next step or the next upper level of your position.
I think in terms of career progression, the next in associate Java developer is the mid-level Java developer. And after mid-level, you can be a senior Java developer. And after being a senior, I think you have two paths there where the other one is mostly as individual contributor, like being an architect there, solutions architect, even a principal Java engineer. That's the path that you can go if you choose to be an individual contributor. However, in terms of management, I think from senior developer, you can go to, I think, tech lead. Team lead first. So where you will lead a team. Then after team lead, you can be also, I think, manager about the release per sprint. So far, that's the career progression I know in home credit.
What about your long-term career plans? What do you plan to do next? Do you still think you would stay in home credit or perhaps you would jump into another company?
Right now, I think of staying right now in home credit since I'm learning a lot from them, from the training that we undergo. And I'm also enjoying the work as a developer. So right now, my plan is to stay with a with a company first, then develop myself, and let's see if I will also stay for the next few years or will jump to another company.
Let's move fast to a bit of a Miss Universe question time. We're given a chance to go back in time. Would you still take home credit as the company you're working with, or would you do it another way? Do you have anything you wanted to do for your first job?
I think if I will be given a chance also, uh, I still select home credit since the working environment there is great and I'm learning a lot of technologies there that I think will be will be important or will make me a more marketable uh, employee in the future. So I think that I will still apply or accept the offer from Home Credit if I given a chance to go back.
Much for that. And now, ayun, malapit na po tayo matapos. Just some of the few last questions for those fresh graduates that would also aspire to work in home credit. What's your piece of advice for them?
My advice, for example, especially for my role, is to I think focus on the fundamentals of programming, concepts like object-oriented programming, uh, data structures and algorithms. I think they must focus there. So aside from that, uh, focus also on the fundamentals of Java if you're planning to apply as a backend development, since it will serve as your foundation when you got in the job and in your task. I think that's my advice for them.
All right. Ito po, last question na rin. What's your best tip for the interns or fresh grads regarding their CVs or the application? Again, regarding their resumes, CVs, or the application, ano po yung mabibigay mong tips sa kanila on how should they do their CVs, what should they add on it, and how should they be able to nail their application process and get the job that they wanted?
I think in terms of resume, they must focus on, kasi, kasi most commonly parang sa field namin yung nililista lang. For example, anong technologies na gamit or familiar sila. I think much better if may mailalagay sila na parang kung paano nila nagamit yung mga technologies na yun. For example, some projects in their PC, in their capstone, uh, indicate nila kung paano nagamit yun or na-maximize yun. And aside from that, I think siguro simple formatting ng resume will help because sometimes yung iba medyo fancy pa or may ibang formatting pa or design na nilalagay sa resume. I think aside from that, I think keep it at least on one page lang kasi minsan yung iba sumasobra na since mostly limited time lang ng mga HRs or they even sometimes use software to manually to screen the resume. So I think keeping it simple will help a lot.
All right. I said na last question na yun, but just to follow up on that, going back in EduSuite, going back in home credit, what made you think is the reason you got into that role? What do you think made you stand out? What is your edge among all the other candidates applying for the same role?
I think my edge there is that I answered their questions well during the technical interview. Although uh, minsan sab- parang mali yung sagot. Kasi I have, before my interview with Home Credit, I undergo a lot of interviews. So sa una, syempre, puro hindi mo alam gagawin, mali yung masasagot mo. Pero kada interview, ang ginagawa ko, nagre-reflect ako. Then, inonote ko yung mga questions na mukhang alanganin yung sagot or mali yung nasagot ko para in the next interviews, masagot ko siya ng tama or alam ko na yung gagawin. In terms of my internship in EduSuite, I think that I learned a lot from there since what I do there is what I also do in the home credit. So in EduSuite, I also interned as a backend developer, mainly using Java also.
Mm-hmm.
Then just a big brief background for EduSuite. EduSuite is, I think, a startup company that primarily focuses on edtech technologies. So what they offer to their clients is a school administration platform for them. Uh, for example, of the school administration task is, for example, enrollment, showing of grades, and listing of students, uh, things like that. So I was assigned there to their K-12 product. So that product handles students from, I think, kinder up to grade 12. Since K-12 students and university students have different needs, so they decided to separate it. And yeah, I think that internship led me to my job now at Home Credit. So I think it's uh, overall a good experience for me.
Thank you for that, Sir Kenneth. Could you please walk me through your role way back in Edis Suite? What was your role like? What did you do in it? And how was the experience? Although I think you mentioned it earlier, but could you please elaborate more on that?
My day-to-day life as an intern in EduScript is that the setup of our internship is purely remote. So mostly I just woke up when I start my day there. So as an intern, I'm I'm like part of their team as a developer. So like a junior developer, I usually join their Scrum events like the daily stand-up or their meetings or planning for the sprint. And for the task, what I usually do is more on refactoring of their code base. For example, the code smells they want to minimize or reduce the number of code smells in their code base. Aside from that, I refactored. I think the logic, I separated the business logic from the controller. So basically what I did there is that I layered their code base into different layers. And I also participated in some development of some features and improvements based on the client's request or requirement. I think that's all for my day-to-day.
In EduSuite, what was the application process like? Some same questions. How did you know about the job offering in EduSuite? And what was the application like? And also, what was the hardest part during that application?
For EduSwift, I think I also know it from various job sites that like LinkedIn, Indeed, or even JobStreet. So I just applied there. Then after applying, the HR will contact you. Then they will give you link um, for some online examination. I think that it's for 2 hours. So that examination mainly tests your coding skills since it will ask you to code. Then you must produce the expected output that the problem was asking you. Then after the online examination, the HR will contact you again for an technical interview with one of their leads. Then during the technical interview, they will ask you about I think same with the home credit technical interview, but they will ask you about fundamentals of the programming language that you're using, things like that. Then after it's the final interview with HR where they will announce if you're accepted or not. I think that's the overall application process in this.
What about the hardest part that you faced during that application? What was it?
The hardest part for me there was the technical interview also since it's my first experience with interviews, especially the technical ones during that time since yeah, I think that's my first interview, technical interview. So I was nervous during that time since I don't know what to expect for that kind of interview. But since I think the interview was made easier by the interviewer since he was pretty chill about the interview. I think that also.
Okay. Um, let's go now to another question that tackles about your expectation with your role and what was the reality about it.
Before I started, I don't really expect something since I don't know the nature of the work yet, since I have no idea during that time. But I think overall the experience there is good since it's allowed me to grow, to learn more about the Java on backend development. I also learned there the best practices and what should I do when I encounter specific problem. I think there my experiences there allowed me to got my job right now at Hongren.
What was your relationship with your coworkers like, and what about the managers that handled you during your internship there? What are they like? Did they help you learn along the way, and what are the learnings that they shared with you?
Think in EduScript, it's more of a fast-paced environment. Like they will teach you some basic things, but you have to learn some things along the way since most start most startup is fast-paced. So on our first week there, they taught us some basics about, for example, about Spring Boot, how to set up it, how it works. Then they decided to give us some project to practice what we learned during those time. Then after learning it, then we were deployed to different products to participate in the development of their product. I think my relationship with other other member there is good since they are approachable also and the team there is dynamic. So they can they interact with each other well, although the setup is purely remote. So I think we have a good relationship over my stay there. And the most significant thing that I learned in EduSuite is the agility and adaptability since although some things were not learned, you just have to learn it by yourself. And aside from that, I think that I also learned there to ask questions from your superior because before joining this, I think that I can manage to do it by myself if I will just learn. But sometimes when there's a serious blocker that you're encountering, the best way is to ask questions from your team.
About in Edu Suite, what was the environment like, and how did you maintain a work-life balance?
In EduSuite, the environment, just as I mentioned earlier, it's fast-paced, but it's also relaxed at the same time since your workmates are expecting that much from you since you were intern. But I still try my best to keep up with them in that fast-paced environment. Also, there are some downtimes where you can just talk to each other, communicate with each other. So I can say that it's pretty chill. although that it's fast paced, that sometimes some tasks are stressing, but I managed to maintain my work-life balance there by setting some time. For example, the out is 5 p.m. I will not do some tasks related to that, related to my internship once that pagpas na nung 5 p.m. for example, para mas magawa ko pa yung bagay na dapat kong gawin and makapag-aral pa since may mga classes pa kami during that.
Good yun, ano, after 5 p.m. kasi yung common work hours natin sa Philippines is 9 to 5. And it's also healthy for you to make that boundary between the work and your personal life that after 5 p.m., I'm done, I'm over this job. How does your day usually starts and how does it end?
So in this week, I think it's also have I also have the same routine during my internship, where on the first day I just continue my task or read some messages. And during I think 10, like we also have the daily stand-up where we will report our progress about our task. Then after that, usually there are some meetings or KT, KT knowledge transfer to learn more about the product or learn more about the technologies that we're using during that. Then the rest of the time, I usually just continue the task that were given to me. I think that's all.
Thank you for sharing all of those information earlier. And now let's move to quite a bit fast track questions. Let's talk about your salary and career progression. First, in EduSuite, how much were you compensated as an intern back then? And what does the next career progression looks like from someone in your role in EduSuite?
During my internship, I think mostly it's unpaid. We only have, I think, some allowance for throughout the duration of the internship. I think that allowance is 500 per 100 hours. So my dura- I think overall we rendered there about 400 hours. So I only received about I think 2,000 when I ended my internship.
Does your next career progression look like back then in EduSuite if you ever continued to have work there as a new graduate? What do you think your new position was like?
I think my position there will be similar to my position right now since they mainly uses the same technologies, tech stack in their product. So I think it will be similar to me. I forgot what their the name of the role is. I think software engineer. So maybe I will progress to that role if I ever continue there as a fresh grad.
Let's move fast to a bit of a Miss Universe question type. If you were given a chance to go back in time, would you still take EduSuite as the company to do your internship, or no? Do you have any regrets or anything you wanted to redo with your internship?
If I can go back in time, I'd still intern in EduSuite since what I learned there sets up my foundation as a developer right now. So all the learnings that I learned there is I also apply them right now in my job. I think although we can say that it's unpaid, that you can select another company with some higher allowance. I think my learning there is what I learned there is valuable for me that allowed me to get my job in my home credit and uh, It also, I think currently I'm not struggling in my role due to the lessons and learnings that I learned in my intern.
Ayun, malapit na po tayo matapos. Just some of the few last questions. What's your final best piece of advice to anyone aspiring to do their internship in EduSuite?
Best piece of advice is to never give up and don't let your doubt uh, eat or overcome you. Since in our field, there's a lot of things to learn. There's a lot of overwhelming things to even just thinking of the technologies that we're using right now is overwhelming at first, but just allow that feeling. You can feel that feeling, but don't just allow it to overcome or paralyze you. Since over time you can learn it step by step. So I think that's my advice is to never give up. And for example, right now the job market is hard. Before I was accepted to Home Credit, I applied to a lot of companies. Some companies I was not selected in the final interviews. Some of them doesn't respond, or some of them just ghost or di na nagre-reply. So, uh, wag lang sumuko. Try lang ng try. And every try, kada attempt or opportunity na lumapit sa atin, whether mag-fail tayo or succeed tayo doon, gawin natin siyang learning experience to grow more, to reflect more on ourselves so that ma-improve pa natin yung sarili. I think that's all from
Amen. And for those who don't have much experiences, what is your advice for them? Perhaps regarding their academics, anything that you would give to them in order for them to successfully land the job that they want.
my advice is focus on the process itself, not on the result. Kasi yung iba minsan, parang binibit up ng sarili nila when they encounter some failures. For example, in their interviews or failed job application. My advice is to don't focus sa result lang. Tignan din natin yung process na ginamit natin kung bakit naging ganun yung result. So, just reflect on what you can improve on, kung ano yung mga maling nagawa mo. Then, try mo, maybe ibahin or mag-experiment or itama kung alam mo kung paano siya itama. Ayun.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Kenneth Trobadora. Thank you for your time, your answers, everything that you've shared, your insights, your experiences will be much of a help for the student community, especially for those who want to start their internships and for those who are graduating and wanting to start their job right now. I hope you had a good time also in sharing with us.
Thank you.